Hey, I'm Candace with CBS 21 Next, and today we are talking about a massive sinkhole that has since been repaired, but the cost is a little astronomical for the township in which it occurred. Maxine Rose checking out this today. So, Maxine, you're in Earl Township in Lancaster County. How much right now is the township basically on the hook for footing this bill for repairs right now? Oh, it looks like you're muted.
Okay, there we go. Let's start this again. Okay, so it looks like right now for West Earl Township, they've already paid roughly $175,000 just for the excavating team alone.
Wow.
Um, but there's more. So there's a second invoice that they need to pay for, again, for this excavating team. So the total here is looking like roughly $300,000. But
Okay, that's a
again,
lot of money.
even then, that's not all.
Okay.
We also know that there's more to cover here, right? So, like the geologists, the people who found the leak to begin with, um, just additional paving. Because yes, it's pretty much done, but there might be some things that they have to fix going forward. So, all of that could be an additional. I think they said roughly $50,000. So,
Mhm.
it just keeps piling up here, Candace.
So West Earl Township is saying because this is Route 772, this is a state-owned road, and
Yes,
they want the state to pay for it. Is that correct?
yes, that is correct.
So why is the state pushing back?
The state is pushing back because it says that the water main that broke is the responsibility of the townships. That's the township's water main. So,
Okay.
you know, it's basically saying this leak caused the sinkhole. It's yours to worry about. Yada yada yada. Um, I will add, though, one interesting thing is that I don't know how often this happens. Um, it sounds like from the township manager and chairman of the board of supervisors that this would be like an act of God. But if the sinkhole or something, or a break in the pavement or something caused the leak to happen in the water main, if the road broke
Mhm.
the township's water main, that was something that they were like, that would that have changed the game? I don't know.
Right.
But because so far it seems that it's the other way around, that the water main caused the sinkhole. Yeah, I mean, that's where we're at this point.
So what's the township now doing? Do they have the money to pay for this? Are they pushing back? Are they planning on, paying for this? Because the work's been done. Now the is owed.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that they are definitely frustrated and trying to get some sort of response from PennDOT, some sort of reimbursement. But at this point, they're just kind of having to pull from, you know, different projects. At this point, this is not a budgeted item for
Right.
them. Um,
Did they say like which projects or anything, or they're still trying to figure out how to come up with the money?
yeah, one project in particular, Candace, is a water meter fixing project. So they do that
Okay.
every 20 years. It's important because it helps to update those water meters, make sure that they're properly measuring the amount of water that's coming in and out of these homes here. So, that's really critical, but now they're going to have to take that money to
Mhm.
pay for this. So it's essentially just pulling the plug on that project for now, which, by the way, Candace, they spent 3 years saving up for.
Yikes. Okay. Did they talk about how much money they have versus how much like I'm just thinking, do they have any kind of reserve fund, or did they say anything about the fact that like they have to come up with this money?
I mean, they said that they did mention something about, possibly pulling from a reserve to cover
Mhm.
this. But the most interesting piece is that they are considering a state loan. But,
Okay.
in the case that that doesn't happen, this might fall on taxpayers.
That's what I was
So,
going to ask. Yeah. So is it people in Earl Township who then have to foot the bill?
yeah, I mean, we don't know that for sure. This is a
Okay.
might, this is a maybe. Okay,
Okay.
so um, essentially, if they try all other options and all else fails, or even if they do try the other options and it's not enough, what might happen is that the water bill will be raised will be higher for residents here. So
Okay.
that money would then go toward paying for that. And then from what I'm understanding, they'd have to start the saving up process for that meter repair project again, too.
Okay. Okay. So in short, we have this water main break caused this massive sinkhole. The work's done. The township thinks that PennDOT should be responsible for it because it's a state road. PennDOT says, no, no, no. This is your water line in the township. You have to fix this. This water
Yep.
line is yours. It caused a sinkhole. And so now the township's saying, well, if we are
We
going
don't
to
have the
fix
money for it.
this, we don't have the money. We got to borrow from other projects that aren't going to be completed. And then we might have to raise prices on people's water bills in order to pay for it. So is there a deadline or anything? It sounds like this is still a very fluid process. Has either side said yay or nay as far as like when they'll definitely have an answer as far as if the township's going to move forward with the payment, if they're still trying to work with PennDOT?
It really sounds like Candace, PennDOT is
Not
not going
budging.
to do it.
Okay.
No, we've asked them multiple times, I think in several different ways.
Yeah.
And they've come back, those officials have come back with the same response,
Yeah.
that it's their water main, that's their
Not our problem.
responsibility. And, we asked about, okay, well, if PennDOT can't cover all of it, can it cover some of it?
Right.
And an official just responded basically saying, well, there is this state loan here, which I'm pretty sure is what the township manager had already been looking into. So
Considering. Yeah.
not
Yeah.
necessarily anything new there. But I think another piece of this too is that if it can't pay for the whole repair, I think what the township is kind of looking for, it sounds like maybe an apology, just because they really feel like the PennDOT didn't come to help in terms of just support with resources, right? So if not to pay the whole bill, they're claiming that PennDOT didn't come with barriers for them to keep traffic out, or that they came with I think they said like a sign, electronic sign, and that had
Yeah.
only happened, they said, a day before they opened the road. So they were like, that wasn't really necessary because we were just going to
Right.
open.
So the township
next day.
expected more support
The township
for the
expected more
state-owned
support.
road. Yeah.
Yes.
When the
And I'm still
repairs were
waiting to hear
underway.
back from PennDOT about those claims and,
Okay.
what those
And
officials
the
have to
road
say about that.
repairs took about a week. I mean, the road, I
Mhm.
mean, you can see how massive it is. It
huge.
was shut down for
Yeah.
about a week. So, okay. All right. Anything else you want to add? I think we covered it. It just sounds like a sticky
Yeah.
situation for the township.
Yeah, definitely a bumpy road ahead for West Earl Township here. But yeah, I mean, they also mentioned, the township manager and the chairman, this area is prone to sinkholes. So this is not the first time that they've seen a sinkhole here or had to deal with it. This is not the last time. And they know, typically they do have to cover the cost of it. But I think this is the first time that they're asking really for the state's help because of how massive this particular sinkhole really was.
Right.
And just for a township of, 8,500 people, roughly, $300,000 and upwards, maybe more closer to 400,000 even, is a lot.
Yeah. Right.
So, and they don't have insurance for it, by the way. You might, some of you at home might have sinkhole insurance if you're in a sinkhole prone area. You might know all about that. But the municipality does clarify with us today that the township's insurance does not have sinkhole coverage for entire municipality. So,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah.
Good to know. Something to look into.
Yeah.
Is it American Water who services that area? Do you know? Did they say?
They did not say. I apologize. I don't know
No, that's
for
okay.
sure, but
I didn't know if American Water covered. I know that sometimes they will offer like just personal homeowners, like we'll get you stuff in the mail that says like, you could have old pipes under your street. Do you want to pay $6 a month to protect your home in case these pipes burst? That'd be an example of like, yeah, I'll pay the $6 and then I don't have to deal with it when this happens. So I was just curious if it was the same municipality. So not super important though. All right. Well, thank you. It sounds like you did get some good answers, at least for people who live in that area, and just as the process continues to move forward. So
yeah. And they do say a good thank you to all the residents for being patient. So all of you out there who are a West Earl Township residents, they are very grateful. So it's good to hear.
All right, super. Thanks so much, Maxine. And you can catch her full story tonight on CBS 21 News, 5, 5:30, and 6, and then later on CBS21.com. That's it for our 21X today. Have a good one.